This is the book of Psalms, chapter 83, verse 1, and it reads, A song or psalm of Asaph. Keep not thou silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. Verse 2, For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. Verse 3, They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. In verse 4, They have said, Come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Yasharallah may be no more in remembrance. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, our praises, honor, and the glory shall go to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash, Brakatham. Double honors shall go to apostles, elders, and bishops, a great millstone to continue to teach and to rule well. Shalom to the Hakims, a great millstone, the like-minded camps and individuals who continue to teach as one body, who continue to be out on the highways and byways, risking their lives for the greater good. And also shalom to the sincere Akwats, who are continuously learning in silence as the Holy Scriptures have commanded for you to do so. This is Azariah Gabar, representing the King is Coming channel, back at it with another lesson for edification purposes. All right, so this beautiful lesson, Lord willing, is going to be titled Unconscious Bias. I repeat, unconscious bias. All right, and Lord willing, I'm going to lay it all out for you, Akims and Akwats, so you can understand this concept or terminology of unconscious bias. So I'm going to reread Psalms 83 and 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. Who would that be? Yasharallah. And consulted against thy hidden ones. And again, who was that? Yasharallah. All right, so I'm setting the table. I'm setting the tone for this understanding of unconscious bias. And I'm going to read verse 4 again. They have said, Come and let us cut them off from being the nation, that the name of Yasharallah may be no more remembrance. Okay? So I did a dictionary search for the term unconscious bias. So it's a noun, and here's the definition. Unconscious favoritism toward or prejudice against people of a particular ethnicity, gender, or social group that influences one's actions or perceptions. So this is very key for this lesson. All right? This definition alone is very indicative of what's going on today as far as unconscious bias is concerned. All right? Because where I'm going with this is that the true blue chosen ones of Yasharallah, which will be us so-called native, American Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. We're the true chosen ones, right? But guess what? Like I read in the book of Psalms 83 and 3, we are the hidden ones, all right? For the most part, when we walk out and about, doing what we got to do, whether it's good things or people, the 2/3, they're doing wicked things. You know, it is what it is. According to society, we're a bunch of, you know, ghetto fabulous ninjas. Okay? O nation to be desired, according to the scriptures. All right? So that's where I'm heading with this. So I'm going to continue to prove my point. We go to the book of Luke 12:1, and it reads, "In the meantime, when they were gathered together an innumerable multitude of people, insomuch that they trode one upon another, he began to say unto his disciples, First of all, beware ye of the leaven of the Pharisees, which is hypocrisy." Verse 2. And here's the point. "For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid." There go that word hid, "that shall not be known." Woo! All right, so now you're starting to, see the point here. Akims and Naquats, that in these last days, these last end time days, it's becoming more and more manifest that we're no longer going to be the hidden ones. All right? That our true identities, according to the Holy Scriptures, shall no longer be hid, but shall be known, okay? It's going to be known. And it's happening now. The Great Awakening. I did a video that, concentrating on the Great Awakening of the true children of Yasharallah. Like I said, the so-called American Negroes, Latinos, West Indians, and Native American Indians, okay? And so Colossians 1:25, to further prove what I'm saying, it reads, "Wherefore I am made a minister according to the dispensation of Yahweh, which is given to me for you to fulfill the word of Yahweh." Verse 26, "Even the mystery which had been hid," there go that word hid again, "from ages and from generations, but now is made manifest to his saints." I just mentioned about our identities, our true identities are being made manifest, right? In verse 27, "To whom Yahweh would make known what is the riches of the glory of this mystery among the Gentiles, which is Yahushai Mashiach in you, the hope of glory." Woo! Beautiful. Yapa for sure. Beautiful. All right. Because again, this is a mystery among the original Gentiles. We're not talking about the speckled bird Gentiles or the Israelite foreigner Gentiles. We're talking about the original Gentiles. Okay? And again, it's just backing up what I'm saying. That it's going to be becoming more manifest of us true children of Yasharallah. Y'all heard? So, Slakia, hold on. All right. So, I want to put up some imageries to further prove my point as far as unconscious bias is concerned. Okay? And I don't care who gets offended. The truth is the truth. Period. Point blank. So, again, when you see an individual like this, out in public, okay? Or even an individual like this. This is where the unconscious bias amongst the masses kicks in. All right? Because all the heathens, and including the 2/3 of our own people, unfortunately, will say that, oh, these are the good guys. These are the true chosen. All right? These JOOs, they are the true people of Yasharallah. All right? So that's that unconscious bias. It's psychological. This is where I'm going with this. All right? It's psychological that the elites have instilled upon us for centuries. All right? But now, to further prove my point. Now, if you see a brother like this, who is of true Jacob, okay? And by the way, I might as well say, this guy looks like me, handsome, when I was much younger, okay? And I'm still handsome now. So listen, don't play yourselves, okay? But where I'm going with this is that this Akim is the true Jacob, okay? More than likely, all right? But again, with the unconscious bias that's taking place, we're known as the hidden ones. We're known as being in the bottom of the totem pole, okay? We're known as being, O nation, not desired, according to the scriptures. And especially, you come across these Akims, all right? Out on the street corners, on the highways and byways, okay? Holding up the 12 tribes of Israel chart, speaking the true doctrine. Again, the unconscious bias. We're nothing but a bunch of thugs. We're hate mongers. We're troublemakers. All the sorts, all right? So, let's go back to this individual. The fake ass, all right? This is a fake ass. This is the Amalek, okay? So again, the $1 million question is this. If these people are supposed to be truly chosen, these Amaleks I'm talking about, well then why does the book of Numbers 24:19 says otherwise? And I'll read it. Out of Jacob shall come he that shall have dominion, and shall destroy him that remaineth of the city. In verse 20, and here's a point. And when he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever. Woo! 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 Ooh, Salakia. So answer that question. All right? If that dude with the, Blues Brothers outfit, that black outfit with the black hat with those locked curls, if they're supposed to be Yahweh's true chosen, Salakia, then why did Numbers 24:20 says otherwise? And also, why would Revelation 2:9 say a similar thing? And it reads, I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. So who would that be? Thou art rich? That'll be us. The true Jakes, all right? The true Jakes, us true Jakes. And the 1/3 in particular, rich in spirit. And I know the blasphemy or lies of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. Woo! All right? Revelation 3:9. Same thing. It reads, behold, I will make them the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee. All right. So who's this talking about that I love thee? According to John the Revelator, true Yasharallah. And so this is a end time scripture when the true kingdom of Jacob is established and the kingdom of Esau Edom is ushered out, according to 2nd Esdras 6:9. These people, the Amaleks and the other heathens, are going to be in captivity for 1,000 years. That's going to be their end. That's going to be their end all be all. Y'all heard? So I know that I've proven my point as far as the unconscious bias, and that us 2/3, well, I'm not going to say us because I'm not part of that 2/3. You 2/3 out there better start to, rethink your thoughts about when you see these people, the Amaleks, and when you see our people, and when you hear from us, the prophets, the men of the Lord, the hopeful elect, 1/3. You better start to, switch your thinking as far as who's who and what's what. You heard? So that's going to end this glorious and beautiful lesson for today. And as always, all praises, honor, and the glory shall go to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakak, Kodash, Brakatam, Kwam, Yasharallah. Rise, Israel. And as always, Lord willing, on to the next video. Shalom, shalom, shalom.